Cancer, we are going to be doing your reading, so we're going to get right into it and see what is going on for you guys, Cancer. This is a love relationship spread. All right, Cancer, let's get into it and see what's up. Cancer. All right, Cancer. All right, I guess we're starting there. All right. The Hermit is at the bottom. All right. Okay, let's see what's going on. So you guys have the Ace of Pentacles, and this is showing up for the foundation of the relationship, okay? That kind of thing. Ace of Pentacles. All right. I feel like there was just, I think there was just an opportunity, and maybe both of you guys were like, yeah, we're willing to take on this opportunity, that kind of stuff. I also wonder if there was... Okay, I feel like whatever's going on here, I feel like this maybe took a lot of time to get to like wherever it is that you are now in your relationship. Okay, that's what I'm understanding. I also think there was like an understanding in the fact of like, we're going to have to like nurture this. We're going to have to take care of whatever this is. Okay, that kind of stuff. So I kind of like that. It feels like kind of responsible. So, all right, let's see. You guys have you have the Magician, and this is showing up actually for like your perspective of the relationship here. I think that you just have, this just feels like there's a whole lot of potential. Okay, that's kind of what I'm understanding here. So, all right, let's see. That's kind of interesting. All right, so Ace of Pentacles for your foundation, and then the way that you're kind of seeing this relationship here, it's like starts with potential, okay, that kind of thing. And then your perspective of it is, I want to say, taking action on that potential. It's like, I'm not going to miss out on this. Okay, that's kind of what I'm feeling. All right, so let's see. I got to tell you, I also think that there's something maybe that's going on within the relationship, or just the relationship in general, that you're feeling like inspired to do something here, that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm also understanding this Ace of Pentacles is like, again, like this like opportunity, and it might even be that you're like, you know what, I have the opportunity to like reinvent myself within this current relationship, that kind of stuff. So, all right, your intentions, you guys have the Eight of Pentacles here. So I think your intention is to get like better about about the relationship or something within the relationship. Okay, that kind of stuff. I also understand, like for some of you guys, maybe this is like, you know what, you might be like, you might be in the energy of being like, let's make sure that like our finances are like awesome, or that we have like a lot of like, I want to say seed money, start money, I don't know, something like that. Okay, that kind of stuff. If that's the case, then maybe your intention is to be like, I'm gonna keep doing this until you've reached a certain point of something here. Okay, that kind of stuff. And I also think that there's a level of you guys, I want to say, being like very much focused on whatever is going on within the relationship. I understand a lot about like learning, okay, that kind of stuff, like learning maybe from the past, or maybe there's you had that Hermit at the bottom here. Okay, maybe there's like a spiritual connection there. You're learning, you know, something about I don't know, something that like maybe changes the way you kind of see things, or vice versa, you know what I'm saying, that kind of stuff. So, all right, let's see, like in other words, you could be maybe teaching somebody something, okay, that kind of stuff. All right, okay, I think that there's also a level of like, I don't want to say perfectionism, but like definitely a level of like maybe wanting to make something, expedite something, or I kind of want to say that, expediting something, or like streamlining something here. I don't know. Maybe you guys own a business together, or you work together, or something like that. So, all right. Okay. Let's see here. For some of you guys, I also understand maybe just like starting a family, or there's like a new addition in your family, that kind of stuff. That could also be something that, you know, is that you're talking about right now. Okay, that kind of stuff. So, all right, you have the Empress, and this is showing up as like their perspective of the relationship. It is very like earth-based here. Okay, definitely understanding that so far. So, all right, Empress, again, this is showing up as like how they're kind of seeing this relationship here. I feel like they're seeing this as, I keep saying potential. That, I mean, I think so. Okay, you know, I'm seeing this as like, this has a lot of potential. And also I think that this is like, you know, I am getting more like pregnancy vibes, or like something like that. Okay, that kind of stuff. But it could just be that it's like, okay, this has the potential to like grow really big. You know what I'm understanding here is like, I really am getting this thing of like, you guys might like, again, like working together, or there's something like that's like a financial aspect to whatever is going on here. Okay, that kind of stuff. Like, I feel like they are wanting to help in some sense, or that they are looking at something as like, yes, this is, again, like this is going to get larger, or something that you, have the intention of doing is like going to make something more efficient or make something like, I don't know, easier in some sense, you know, that kind of stuff. So, all right. So that could be it. Maybe this is somebody who just wants to like friggin' make like life easier for you, that kind of stuff. That sounds like an angel. That's what that sounds like, a friggin' angel. That's interesting. I gotta tell you, you got all this earth energy here. Maybe you guys are dealing with an earth angel. I swear to God, they are real. Okay, they're real. So all right, let's see. Okay, so for their intentions, you guys have the Four of Swords here. I think that they have the intention to make something work out. Like, I really understand that. There's like, I don't want to say it's like optimism. It's more like inspiration or being like, no, I know that we can do this, that kind of stuff. And there is like a desire to, again, like help, maybe like to increase your finances or something about that. Or again, this has to do with like, make it like, I don't know, having like an addition on your family or, you know, that kind of stuff. Okay. Four of Swords is their intention. I think that they are intending to either help recover from something, or that they want to recover from something here. That, I don't know, something about that. Okay. And I also understand something about taking pressure off of you in some aspect. Okay. Like, I'm almost getting this as like the reverse Nine of Swords, you know, I'm almost getting that. So, all right, let's see. Okay. I'm also getting like startup money or something like that. So this is I know it's a relationship spread, but this seems like there's a lot of like finances going on with whatever this is. So, all right, for whatever is bringing you guys together, you guys have the Queen of Pentacles. So again, maybe this is something, it's like, again, the way that you're taking care of something, cultivating something, that kind of stuff. Okay. Or the way you're parenting something. It doesn't have to be a child. It could be whatever the heck it is, you know, anything that you're taking care of, that kind of stuff. Okay. That seems to be something that's bringing you together. Also, maybe you guys like being like outside, or you like, I don't know, maybe you're both like homebodies. Okay. That kind of stuff. That could really be, that could also be something. It could be that you're like, you know what, we want to like make sure that like where we are is like really comfortable, that kind of stuff. Okay. That could definitely be something here. I got to tell you, I'm getting a lot of like nesting energy, that type of stuff. Okay. So again, I do think that you're expecting an addition to your house or that kind of stuff, or there is, okay, I keep saying addition to your house, and in my head, I keep seeing like construction. I'm trying to say like another baby or like a friggin' pet, or I don't know, something like that. Okay. That kind of stuff. But I get, you know, I guess it certainly could be like literally increasing the size of like your home or where it is that you know, kind of stay, that kind of stuff. So, all right, let's see. All right, you guys have the Five of Cups, and this is showing up as what possibly could be pulling you guys apart. I think there's maybe a loss from the past, or there's some grief to still be kind of worked through in some sense. Okay, that kind of stuff. That could certainly be something that is possibly pulling you apart. I also wonder if there is, if somebody has like reservations about something, or like a particular regret about something here. Okay, that kind of stuff. I don't know. There might be something within that. All right. I think there was a past disappointment or something, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I'm feeling. And I do think that is like showing up as like something that might be pulling you apart. So, all right. For the external influences, you guys have the Page of Swords here. So, okay, maybe there's a lot of people who are kind of like interested in what you guys are doing as a couple, or there maybe is people kind of like making side comments or even gossiping, that kind of stuff. You also might be feeling, or it could be that maybe somebody is like a little too, I mean, we've been talking about finances kind of a lot. Maybe that's something here, is that maybe somebody is like kind of like investigating like your finances, or is like, I don't know, there's something about that. All right. Or the way that you're doing something, the way that you're getting to like the next level of something. I wonder if there's like conversations about that, or comments or something regarding that. Okay, that kind of stuff. But I will tell you, there is definitely interest on something here, and that's making me kind of loop right back into that financial aspect. Maybe there's something that's like, you know what, that interest rate is ridiculous. Okay, that kind of stuff. That, you know what I'm saying? There might be, and that might be what it is. And it could be that it's like, well, this is, you know, this is disappointing. So, all right, let's see. Or being like, I should have acted on that sooner, something like that. Okay. So, all right, let's see what else is going on here. Cancer. All right. do one more. Actually, one more. Oh, the Chariot just came out. I'm gonna put that where it is. Okay, or I'm gonna leave it where it fell. Okay, Cancer. All right, and okay, the Strength card's at the bottom. I like that. I actually really like that. You had the Hermit card and the Strength card. I freaking like that. Okay, that's powerful. So, all right, let's see. Let's go here. So with the Ace of Pentacles, you guys have the Seven of Wands here. This is again for the foundation. Again, I feel like there's something here that is just like, this is absolutely worth it. It's like, yep, this is maybe like a big project, or this is, an indication of like, again, like this is gonna take a lot of work, or this take a lot of time, whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. But there is this energy of like, yeah, well, this is worth it. And it's actually so much worth it that it's like, I'm willing to defend this, or I'm willing to be like so damn confident that it's like, this is, this is what I'm doing. I want this offer. I want to kind of cultivate whatever this is, or, that kind of stuff. So, all right. Okay. That feels nice. So you guys have the Magician, and you have it with the Queen of Swords, and this is showing up for your perspective of the relationship. So yes, I do think there's something here that I'm telling you, I think this has to do with like, again, like a reinvention of like, again, who you are within this particular dynamic, that kind of stuff. I feel like that is kind of how you're seeing this relationship. I also understand you guys being able to, I want to say like, maybe here's the thing. I feel like I think you're really, really like in tune with like past patterns, or like something like that. Okay. Or like past and current patterns, that kind of stuff. I think you're really in tune with that. And I think that you're kind of using that to dissect whatever is going on within this particular relationship. All right. So I actually quite like that, because it feels like it's like you kind of know when to maybe push forward on something and when not to. But I also understand a level of like really kind of being very sure of yourself about something, okay, that kind of stuff, or being like, I'm going to put energy into this because I'm quite sure of what it is that I'm kind of like signing up for, or something regarding that, okay? And again, there is like an analytical aspect to the way that you are seeing the relationship. So, all right, with the Eight of Pentacles, you guys have the Six of Pentacles. This is showing up for your intentions here. So, for some of you guys, I think that there's maybe you might have the intention to like give back to this connection in some sense, or again, to make something like so seamless, or to work on something so much, that kind of stuff, so that you're able to like maybe get into a particular flow with something, that kind of stuff. And I wonder if it's like, well, like once I kind of like get this perfected, or whatever the heck it is, or kind of like get like, either you're teaching somebody else the way that you've like learned something, or vice versa, or you're literally learning from like your own past, your own something or other. And I feel like your intentions are to kind of pour into this connection with the idea of, I don't want to overgive, but I also don't want to undergive something, okay? That kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's where this like Queen of Swords, I think, is coming in with your perspective here. Because I think that you're naturally good at like analyzing that, okay, that kind of stuff. All right. Some of you guys also might have been like divorced or single for a long time, that kind of stuff. And then it's like, now we're entering this relationship, and it just might be a lot of like newness, or like a learning curve, or something like that. Okay. So, all right, let's see. All right. So with the Empress, you guys have the King of Wands, and this is showing up as their perspective of the relationship. I feel like this is, I think that they're seeing this again as like absolutely worth it. And I think that there's a level of like extreme passion and desire with whatever is going on here. And again, it's like, for some of you guys, like I still keep getting this like family business, or like, I don't know, something like that. Okay. Or like you're a couple and you work together doing like kind of a similar thing, or there's a shared investment of some sort, that kind of stuff. I definitely understand that, like being heavily like connected with this relationship. Okay. You might be dealing with a Leo. I said that to another sign, and I was like pretty friggin' sure about it. I almost want to say that for you guys also, okay? Or this could be something to do with like power, strength, something regarding that, especially if we are talking like about something that's like very much financial based. All right, so you guys have the Four of Swords, and you have it with the Five of Swords, and this is showing up for their intentions. I feel like somebody is trying to unscramble something, or somebody, they're wanting to kind of, I am understanding that, like unscrambling something in some sense, but I also understand this as like kind of like going in your favor in some sense, like kind of, something about that, okay? But it's like, they're like, oh, I hope this works. And there's also something about a separation here, or there's something about maybe even recovering from a separation or a risk of some sort, that kind of stuff. Okay, it could be that both of you guys were like in a separation or something about that, you know, that kind of stuff, like either separated for a while or divorced or something like that, and then coming together. Okay, I'm understanding something regarding that. All right, so let's see. I also think that this person is not extremely highly reactive. Okay, I feel like this is more so like, I think that they want to like think something through, you know what I'm saying, before kind of like really reacting on something. But I don't mean to say that it's like they don't want to take a risk, okay? Because that there's a difference between taking a risk and then like reacting impulsively or reacting in a way that it's like, I don't know, something like that. So, all right, let's see. You guys have the Queen of Pentacles, and you have it with the Ten of Cups here, and this is showing up as what is bringing you guys together. So I just feel like there's a sense of like feeling at home. You know what I'm saying? There's a sense of like maybe you guys both feel at home in the same place, okay? That kind of stuff. Or again, maybe you both work from home, and that's just like literally bringing you together, okay? That kind of stuff. I just feel like this is like, you know what it also is? It's like there's like an effortlessness or like a real like comfort, that kind of stuff. I said this to one of the other signs, I don't remember who, but this to me feels like, you know, if there's like an awkward silence or something like that, it's like that silence isn't awkward. It's, you know what I'm saying, that kind of stuff. It's like there's no need to like fill the space or something like that, okay? That kind of thing. That's kind of what I'm picking up for what could be bringing you guys together. So what could be possibly bringing you apart? You guys have the Five of Cups, and you have it with the Chariot card here. Maybe there's just been a loss of like drive or a loss of like, I want to say maybe taking initiative on something, okay, that kind of stuff. Or there is something that maybe like it was supposed to thrive or supposed to kind of like go farther, and that kind of did not in some sense, all right? There might have, again, I understand this as like just like a loss in general, yeah, a disappointment, a loss, something about that, okay? That's what I'm kind of feeling. I also wonder if maybe something that's pulling you apart is maybe one person wanted to act on something at one point, and there might have been a disagreement in that, okay, that kind of stuff. So, all right, let's see. You guys have the Page of Swords, and you have it with the King of Pentacles. This is showing up for external influences. So I think that somebody is very interested in your finances or what you have to offer or your potential to be doing something here. What I'm understanding is, with this Five of Cups and the Chariot, there's something missing there. There's something that's not accurate. There's something that was assumed or was somebody pushed something forward that there was something missing. It's like that there's now regret attached to that, okay? That kind of stuff, all right? Absolutely understanding that. Page of Swords and this King of Pentacles here. Again, it's like, I feel like what is affecting the relationship from the outside is, I do think it's like other people's eyes or conversations, comments, whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff, okay? And I'll even say, like, I'm almost getting somebody who like will not stop checking like the stock market, like will not stop like constantly checking the stock market, like something like that. Maybe some of you guys are day traders, okay? That kind of stuff. I mean, that certainly could be. That's you know, that could be. But I do understand that it's like somebody's like very much like invested into your. I just feel like there's like chit chat about you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, what is going on? Like, that's actually really what I'm feeling, is like there's chit chat about you, or that there has been an assumption of some sort, that kind of stuff. And again, back to that whole financial piece, I do understand like a percentage rate or an interest rate of some sort, that kind of stuff, that's just affecting whatever this is, okay? Maybe making something take longer, or it's making something more expensive, that kind of stuff, okay? Freaking interesting. I will also say somebody might be distracted in some sense, okay, by something new, or I don't know, something like that. So, all right, let's see. Cancer. Let's get an oracle card for you guys. Let's go with this one, Cancer. 24, Inspiration Hunt. Well, that's nice. Inspiration Hunt. I kind of understand that. Five of Cups and the Chariot showing up is what might be pulling you apart. Maybe that's what it is. It's like a need for some inspiration there, that kind of stuff. I mean, also Magician, all this kind of energy here. I do think that there's like, I think that that's perfectly, or I think that's available. I think that's something that you're wanting anyway, is to kind of like be inspired by something, that kind of stuff, or following the stuff that is making you feel like alive, making you feel kind of like this King of Wands, like following your inspiration, that kind of stuff, okay? Especially this Magician, it's like bringing action into that. All right, so that's what I have for you guys. I hope this reading was helpful, made sense, all that kind of stuff. If not, you could check your other placements. Otherwise, I will see you guys back for your next one. Thank you. Bye.